All right, here we go. We're still talking about polynomial functions. This is still section 2.1. We are now talking about direct substitution. So I want everybody to get their calculators out, okay? And I want you to tell me this function here, okay? I want you to tell me what that equals when x equals 2, okay? Using whatever method you want with your calculator. We are doing direct substitution. Okay, so you're going to tell me if 2 is the input, what is the output? I'm going to show you a couple different ways on how to do it on your Casio. I got 2 more pluses here. Who needs a plus?
I need one.
Share with him. Share with y'all too. Y'all can look together. All right, what's the answer?
89.
Is that right? Is that what everybody got?
Yeah.
Right? One way to do it on your calculator would be 6 times 2 to the 4th minus 3 times 2 cubed plus 4 times 2 squared minus 3 times 2 plus 7. Right? That's what we're talking about. We're taking 2 and we're putting it there, 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 and there. 4 places. Okay? And you said the outcome was 89, is that right? Okay, so all of this equals 89. But is there another way to do it on your calculator? Is there an easier way? Is there a way that we could plug in the function and be able to calculate it for multiple points? Maybe I don't want just a 2. Maybe I want -2. Maybe I want to know what's happening at 0. Maybe I want to know what's happening at 10 and -10. Right? Is there another way? And I'm about to show you. So I want everybody to be paying attention. Okay? Questions? Go ahead and hit Shift 9 and clear it out. Clear out your memory. All right, and then we're going to type the function in. And I realize you may not have done this before, so we'll take our time. But hit 6 and then x to the 4th. Well, you might say, how do you type in x? You hit alpha and the right-hand parenthesis. Alpha up there near Shift and the right-hand parenthesis. So put that in. 6x to the 4th. How do you do something to the 4th? You use that little X raised to the box button. So type it in, and when you get done, look up at me so I know you're finished. Type it in your calculator, type in the entire function. 6x to the 4th minus 3x cubed plus 4x squared minus 3x plus 7. I'm showing you an alternate way on how to type it in on your Casio calculator. First, you have to get the function all the way in there. All right. Then look in the upper left-hand corner. There's a button that says Calculate. C-A-L-C. Calculate. Somebody showed me this second block. So you hit Calculate, and it's asking you, what is it asking you? Well, we already know what x equals when x equals 2. Let's do -2. Right? What does this function equal when x is -2? See, we could be making like a small T-chart. Right? I know that when I plug in 2, I get 89. When I plug in -2, what do I get?
149.
149. All right, plug in 0. Hit Calculate again and hit 0. And tell me what you get when you plug in 0. What do you get? 7. See? So we're starting to kind of see an idea. Well, how about 10? What do you get when you plug in 10?
7,377.
Ooh, 7,000. How much?
No,
57,377.
377. Good gracious. How about -10? Big numbers.
63,437.
62,000.
63,437.
Sorry. Okay? So the graph is going up and up and up in both directions. So we know that eventually it's going to look something like this. Well, actually 0, positive 7. We'd have to play around with it. But being that it's to the fourth, we're going to find this out later this week. We're going to graph this. But using the Casio calculator, we can get better and better at direct substitution. Not only can we do one value, right, but if we put the whole function in and use that calculate button, we can quickly, easily be able to get as many numbers as we want. Yes, ma'am?
Don't we have to do this with matrices, like plug X in matrix?
Maybe. I mean, it depends on which question you're talking about, but maybe. All right? There is another way to do this problem, and it's called synthetic substitution. Synthetic substitution was designed, hundreds of years ago when we didn't have calculators, as a way of doing this problem, and it made it a lot easier. Okay, eyes up here. I'm going to show you synthetic substitution. This is how you spell it. Synthetic substitution. Later on, we're going to do synthetic division. Okay, so it's important that you say synthetic substitution. First thing is that you make sure that it's in standard form. Write that down. First step is make sure that it's in standard form, and you need to make sure that that there are no gaps. Well, what does that mean, no gaps? That means that it's going in descending order and there aren't any missing variables. For example, x to the fourth, x cubed, x squared, x, and no x. There aren't any gaps. In a minute, we'll do an example where there's a gap, and I'll show you what I mean by that.
When you put zeros,
That's right. That's right. Do you already know synthetic substitution? A little bit? That's good. All right, so what's step number 2? Josh? What's step number 2? We got it in descending order. It's in standard form. There are no gaps. What's step number 2?
put the x's, put down the sign.
Coefficients.
Yeah, coefficient.
Write down all. What are they? Tell me what to write down.
6, 3,
-3.
negative 3, 4,
And
7.
7. That's kind of a weird looking 7. We do a bar like this. Okay, write down that bar like this. What's this called, Osborne? Somebody walks in here and they say, "What are you guys learning?" What are you going to say?
Synthetic substitution.
Is your name Osborne? Come on, help me out. Killing me. They let you off the hook. All right, we're going to do 2 because we know that the answer is what? We already did this problem. When we plug in 2, what do we get? 89, right? So we know that the answer is 89. Now watch, I need every single person's eyes up here. I'm going to literally program your brain how to do synthetic substitution. Oh, we're going to make it. First number always drops down. Draw a little arrow like that and drop that number down. All right, then I'm going to use a different color. This number times this number goes right there. What's 2 times 6?
12.
12. Boom. There's 12. I write it right there. That number times that number goes right there. Then what do I do?
Drop down to negative
Drop down 4.
I add them up.
Oh,
I add them up. What's -3 and 12?
9.
9 goes right there. Then what do? I multiply again, and it goes right there. What's 9 times 2?
18.
18, and it goes right here, and then I add them up.
22.
What's 4 and 18 add up to?
22.
22. You're going to have to show me synthetic substitution by hand. This is the same thing as our calculator does, but it's by hand. This is old school. We multiply these 2, and they go right there. What's 2 times 22? 44 goes right here. Right? Then what do?
41. Add them together.
We add them up. Very good, Shania. Add those up, and we get 41. We're almost done. Now what?
2 times 41.
2 times 41, and it goes right there. What's 2 times 41?
82.
82 goes right there, and then what do? Add them up, and what do we get?
89.
89. Is that the number that we were supposed to get? Yes, it is. What method are we using? Synthetic substitution. It is a way of figuring out a polynomial. Hold on. It's a way of figuring out a